You're listening to the Daily Sales Tips podcast, and I'm your host, Scott Ingram. Today, I've got another clip for you, this time from the latest episode of the Sales Success Stories podcast, and this one is epic. I'm kind of known for doing long interviews on that show, and this is the longest one yet. There's a lot to it, but here's just a taste from Patrick Joyce.
If I'm going outbound and I'm trying to get meetings from a sales perspective, right? I'm a sales rep and I want to go get some meetings. Either I'm an SDR, a BDR, or I'm an account executive and I'm trying to build pipeline. That is a very, very different task than trying to do inbound marketing. And I feel like those two concepts get conflated a lot of the times. And I've done both. I mean, in my intro, I skipped over the part where my stepbrother quit his job on the garbage truck. And while I was teaching, he was building his own business, and I built him a website and ran an ad campaign and generated a ton of business for him. Now, I had no idea that I was doing marketing, that I was writing. I didn't know that that's what it was called. I was just hanging out on the internet, so I have a little bit of a background with marketing concepts. So I'm going outbound to do sales. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm interrupting somebody's day and trying to convince them that I have a new way to help them, something that they may have missed. And that's a very touchy subject, right? It's hard to not offend someone with that idea, especially if you're, a third year SDR and they have no idea who you are, right? So the first thing that I do is, number one, I strip down everything that makes me look like a rep. Remove the signature, no company logo, there's no picture, there's no links, there's nothing. It's plain text. I'm not going to give my title. I'm going to say at the bottom of the email where the signature goes, in plain text, I'm going to write Patrick Joyce / name of company / my phone number. And that's it. And I'm also going to make this message very, very short and succinct. It's going to be 3 sentences max. And the first sentence is designed to convince the person to read the second sentence. And the second is designed to convince them to read the third, and so on. These are the very basic copywriting techniques, right? But what I want to do is I want to appear human. I don't want to look like a machine. Even though I'm going to use a machine to send 1,000 of these, I don't want it to look like I did. What I'll do is I'll make a mistake on purpose, or I'll use shorthand. One of my favorites is with a colon, regarding, RE colon. And that's trademark Patrick Joyce. Curious if you open a chat, sales technology. Next sentence. Acme was able to use us to decrease operational expenditure and get 300 more rep hours per quarter the first 6 months. If it makes sense, when's a good time to chat? Send. Right? That's my email. And I'll go to that. I'll go to that for every company, right? Notice I didn't even say who I work for or anything besides what the outcome that I got somebody else was.
This full, nearly 2.5-hour interview is available as episode number 124 on the Sales Success Stories podcast. And of course, we'll have a link for you, as well as links for you to connect with Patrick Joyce at DailySales.Tips /920. Once you've started digging into that episode, be sure to come back tomorrow for another great sales tip. Thanks for listening.